series, but for the new ones, I just wanted to say that this series was started by Griha, which is a voluntary organization, and the attempt it was to bring architects closer to the society that they are supposed to be serving. I must say, this is the 10th talk in the series. We've had 9 earlier. We have one every month. And I'm not quite sure whether we are succeeding in our attempt to get architects to think a little more carefully about the society they serve. But it's a long-term view. To introduce to you today, we are very happy that Nidhi Batra, who is an architect and a development practitioner and consultant, has agreed to come and talk to us about her work really and her ideas about how to, I mean, she works in the world between technique and society, if you might say, technos and society, because that will, and this is a rare thing, there are not very many architects who are working in this area which interfaces. I won't say very much more. Nidhi will herself explain and show work. Now the idea is, I think your talk will be what, about half an hour, 40 minutes? About 40 minutes. So the idea of the series is to encourage some discussion, and therefore it would be nice to have your comments and discussion once Nidhi has explained her work. And I'll come and sit in the audience. Okay, Nidhi, it's all yours.
Thanks so much for coming. As I just gave a brief intro about me. So I'm Nidhi Batra. I'm an architect and urban designer by training. I call myself a development practitioner, which one doesn't really know what that means. It's a very ambiguous term, which I use it for my advantage, because I myself am struggling to really see, okay, whether I'm doing architecture, which I hardly practice, whether I'm working as a planner, but I'm not a designated planner, I'm a designer. But I'm working a lot with government. I am actually a consultant with World Bank, and I work with an NGO called Participatory Research in Asia. So I have two kind of works, one with a funding agency and another with on-ground civil society kind of work. I also have an architectural practice of my own, which is not what today's talk would be really talking about. What I'm basically going to run you guys over is my journey of finding what I want to do, and how have I made space in the urban development really to get that going. And the journey is to find people back in the process of city making. It's not back in terms of what I'm doing in terms of planning, or only planners can do. That's why the word city making is very chosen, because I think that all of us contribute to that process, and there are multiple players. So I'm trying to say that this is my journey to find how do you get people to contribute to that process of city making. So just to begin, the future is urban, which is something that we already know. The numbers are from the McKinsey report that there's the 30 people leaving from village every minute. So that's the intensity of urbanization that we're looking. So it's something that cannot be ignored. This is just going through how have we added the number of cities over time. So that's 1951, 2011, and we're imagining a future like this, which is intense. So from large scale first tier cities to second tier cities to third tier cities. In fact, a lot of urban development is going to happen in small and medium town cities where there are no planners really to be working there. Given that, there's another dimension of cities, which is always about the economic contribution that we do. So this is, of course, so the urban GDP, the percentage of urban GDP is going on increasing, and that's one of the areas why everybody is interested in working in cities. And this is one of the points that I cover that much later, that cities are now becoming what we call as urban sector. It's becoming a sector that you want to work in, right? So it's an economic sector, it's an infrastructural sector. So, that's how probably one is another view of the city. So what I'm really questioning is that how are we viewing our cities, which is very important, right? So what is this lens of looking at our cities that I'm going to show here now? Now this is a Google search which I did of, just typed in cities, and this is the first image which I got about cities.